Hi everyone, I'm Sarah, and I want to share a story that changed my life. It's about love, friendship, and the challenges we sometimes face. How one unexpected confession turned my world upside down. I was happily married to my husband, David. We had been together for 5 wonderful years, filled with laughter, adventure, and shared dreams. David was my best friend, my partner in everything. We loved exploring new places together, whether it was a cozy cabin in the mountains or a bustling city filled with life. Our weekends were often spent hiking, trying new restaurants, or simply enjoying quiet evenings at home with a movie and homemade popcorn. Our relationship was built on trust and open communication, which made everything feel secure. I felt like I had found my soulmate, someone who understood me completely. David was not only supportive of my career as a graphic designer, but also encouraged me to pursue my passion for painting. He was my biggest fan, always believing in me even when I doubted myself. One fateful evening, I decided to invite my best friend, Emma, over for dinner. She had been a part of my life for over a decade, and she often spent time with us. David and Emma had developed a friendly rapport, and I loved having her around. I prepared a delicious meal, and we all enjoyed a lovely evening filled with laughter and stories. After dinner, as we sat on the patio sipping wine under the stars, I noticed Emma's demeanor change. She had been quieter than usual, her eyes darting between David and me. I didn't think much of it at the time, but when she asked if she could speak with me privately, I felt a knot form in my stomach. I led Emma to a quiet corner of the patio, away from David. "What's on your mind?" I asked, sensing her discomfort. Taking a deep breath, she looked at me and said, "Sarah, I need to tell you something important. I have feelings for David." My heart dropped. I felt as if the ground had shifted beneath me. "Emma, how could you say this? You know how much I love him." I struggled to hold back tears, feeling betrayed by someone I had trusted completely. Emma's eyes filled with remorse. "I didn't plan for this to happen, and I never wanted to hurt you. It just happened. He's such an amazing person." In that moment, I felt a whirlwind of emotions: anger, sadness, confusion. I wanted to scream, but I also wanted to understand. "You've been my best friend, and now this? How can you put me in this position?" After our conversation, I felt lost. I couldn't bear the thought of losing David or my friendship with Emma. That night, I lay awake, my mind racing. I needed to talk to David, but I was terrified of what his reaction would be. The next day, I mustered the courage to sit down with David. I explained everything, my voice shaking as I recounted Emma's confession. "I don't want to lose you," I admitted, tears streaming down my cheeks. David listened intently, his expression shifting from concern to determination. "Sarah, I'm flattered, but I love you. You are my everything. I promise you, my heart is with you, not Emma." His words brought me some comfort, but the thought of Emma's feelings lingered in the air like a dark cloud. David wanted to speak to Emma, to clarify his feelings and set boundaries. I knew it was necessary, but the thought of confrontation made me uneasy. Later that week, David met with Emma. He approached the conversation with kindness and honesty, hoping to ease the situation. "Emma, I value our friendship, but my heart belongs to Sarah," he gently explained. "I hope you can understand that." Emma listened, her expression a mix of hurt and acceptance. "I get it, David. I never wanted to come between you two. I didn't know how to handle my feelings." David reassured her that their friendship meant a lot to him, but he needed her to respect his marriage. After their conversation, Emma reached out to me, apologizing for putting me in such a difficult position. The next few days were tough. I felt a range of emotions: betrayal, anger, and sadness. I wanted to be mad at Emma, but I also knew that feelings can be complex. David and I leaned on each other during this time, communicating openly about our feelings and fears. Eventually, Emma decided to take some space to heal. I missed her, but I understood the need for distance. I spent more time focusing on my relationship with David, going on long walks, and having deep conversations about our future. It felt good to reconnect and strengthen our bond. David and I realized how lucky we were to have each other. We made a conscious effort to appreciate our relationship even more, going on spontaneous dates and rediscovering shared interests. Months later, Emma reached out, wanting to reconnect. I was nervous but agreed to meet for coffee. As we sat across from each other, I could see that she had been working on herself. "I'm really sorry for everything, Sarah," she said softly. "I've had time to think, and I understand how my feelings affected you both." We talked about what had happened, and I expressed my feelings honestly. "I was hurt, but I also know that we can learn from this," I told her. Emma nodded, her eyes filled with understanding. We both acknowledged our mistakes and realized the importance of honesty and clear boundaries. Slowly, we began to rebuild our friendship, but it was different now. We had both grown from the experience, and our conversations became more meaningful. Looking back, this experience taught me that love can be complicated. It reinforced the idea that open communication and trust are vital in any relationship. David and I learned to cherish our love, while Emma and I developed a deeper understanding of friendship. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes challenges can lead to growth. I'm grateful for the lessons learned and the stronger connections that emerged. Thank you for listening to my story. It's a reminder that even in difficult times, love and friendship can prevail.